We will begin under chairs. All right, oops, here. Right, we're going to start with Kali Mudra. So mudras are, oh, so mudras are sort of energy centers. So I was just talking about this yesterday. You know, when you just get like the tiniest little splinter and how your whole body is focusing on that because the nerve is getting irritated, right? And so when you think about that, all these little nerve endings throughout this whole body, so yeah, one of the things as we age, we typically have a creak here and an ache there and whatever. And then we start to get worried about it, and one of the things I'm just trying to work on is just like I think of that tiny little splinter can bring our attention to something that's semi uncomfortable. So give it 2.25 days to right itself, right? And then if it's still there and it's getting worse, then you need to pay some attention, right? Otherwise, let's just leave it go. But so with all those nerve endings, yes, there's mudras with our fingers that direct energy to certain parts of the body. So we can use those little nerve endings in a positive way too, right? To send good positive energy to all different parts of our body. Yeah. So Kali Mudra is let's bring our palms together. Yeah, good. And then we're going to bring the left thumb on top of the right thumb and interlace your fingers. So drop all your fingers and just bring the pointer fingers up. So that's Kali Mudra. Left thumb over right, and we've done this many times in class, and our pointer fingers. Looks like a little steeple, right? Yes. And this mudra helps us to rid all of the stuff, the junk that we don't want to carry. It frees us, it helps to free what we tend to hold. Yeah. Good. And so we want to do that a lot. It's like a type of a cleansing and a mudra. Yeah. So you can either keep that mudra and lay it on your lap, or you can just bring your palms up on your lap. We'll do this a little bit later in class, our Kali Mudra. Yeah. So let's just start to move the body. Shake, shake, shake. Yes. First, I should have told you that first. Let's shake off the day, shake off what may have happened. Maybe you had a busy morning. Maybe you just got up and you're in Zoom yoga, so you can be in your PJs and do yoga. Yes. And relax. Okay, now come either into that Kali Mudra. Yeah, it's kind of hard on your lap, or hands up on your thighs. And let's close our eyes and arrive in our space, this beautiful space to practice our yoga. Good. And then again, let's just think of and, dedicate and feel gratitude and love for all of those people that are, had served and are currently, especially currently serving in our country and in harm's way for us. Yeah. And so sending them gratitude for what they do. Good. Bring a little smile to your face. Good. And now we're going to take a few breaths. We're going to take a breath in, and as you breathe in, feel your belly rise and your heart rise. Yes, so get a nice posture. And then as you exhale, keep your heart lifted and draw your belly back. So keep that nice tall posture. Yeah. And again, inhale, float your belly up, and exhale, draw your belly in. So this is full belly breath, right? Yes, full yogic breath. So continue at your own pace, breathing in through your nose, puff up the belly, and breathe out. Draw the belly back. Good. A couple more. Yes, it's just giving our intestines. Your stomach might start making noises every time I do this. I start getting gurgling in my belly, and that's getting the energy flow. That's getting things to flow around. in your internal organs, your digestive tract, your colon. Yeah, good. Now, if you want to quicken that breath, so it's basically this, I think we'll just stay with our belly breath. Let's do a couple more. Nice and easy. Yes, puffing up the belly and drawing the belly back as you exhale, squeezing out all the toxic stale air. And just do a couple more at your own pace. Wow, I'm really getting my stomach to be talking to me. I hope you are too. Yeah. Good. And then on the next exhale breath, just relax your breath. Just come back to your natural breath. Yeah, good. All right. And again, our practice, just think of our strength and our resolve. Yes. Strengthening our body, strengthening our mind, quieting the mind. Yes. Good. All right. And now we're going to bring our hands into prayer position, eyes still closed, and start to rub your palms together. And getting the nerve endings, waking the body up. You might start feeling tingling in the body, sending that message of wake up. Yeah, good. And then pause. You might feel some tingling in between your palms and fingers. And now cup your hands over your face. You can bring your fingertips to your forehead and hands just in front of your eyes. And then when you're ready, you can gently flutter your eyes open. Good. And then once they're completely open, you can release your hands back onto your lap. Yes. Hello. Good. And we'll begin some movement, right? As a review, the last week or two, we're talking about simple things you can do for health, right? I don't know if any of you have tried having just a cup of hot water, warm water, in the first thing to consume in the morning, right? First thing down is a cup of hot, or is the temperature that you like, water. Yes, and you can put ginger in there, you can put a little lemon, whatever, or just plain water. Filtered is optimal to wake up your system, to wake it up, right? And then secondly, move a little bit every day. Yes. And third is, as you're eating, try to stop eating before you feel full, right? So the slower you eat, the easier that is. Because when we eat slower, it takes a little time for the brain to register, oh, no, I don't need any more, right? And so the slower we eat, we're taking that time, and you'll be satiated, right? Before you have too much, right? So just experiment with that. Yeah, good. Okay, so let's begin. And please report, email me, or, come on after class and tell me if any of you have had that experience and if it was helpful. Yeah, because yoga is an all-encompassing health, right? Mind, body, and our how we deal with ourselves each and every day. Yeah. All right. So let's take a nice big breath in. And as we exhale, let's drop our head over to the right. Good. And then take your eyes and roll them up to the left upper corner of the room. So waking up our little vagus nerve a little bit. And now let the left hand relax down off your lap. So it's just sort of hanging there. Good. So keep the head forward, keep the eyes looking to the left. Yes. And now take that left hand and just start to make little figure eights in the air. Back and forth. Just start to move that left arm gently. Good. And now pause with the left arm, press down into your feet and start to lift the left arm out and up towards the sky. Yeah, just to where it's comfortable. If this is not comfortable, just raise it to wherever it is comfortable, or don't raise it at all. You can just stay in this vagus nerve stretch here. Good. And now, if it's available and your arm is up, you can take your gaze up towards that left arm. Yeah, just start to open up that rib cage. Good. Couple breaths here, big belly breath. Also called diaphragmatic breath. And now relax the head back down all the way and bring the head forward. And then gently, with a nice relaxed arm, release that left arm down. Good. And relax. Yeah. Again, anything that doesn't feel comfortable on your body, do not do that. Then it's no longer your yoga practice, right? So again, I have a creaky hip today, so I'll be a little doing less maybe. Yes. So take a breath in. As you exhale, now tip your head over to the other side and roll your eyes up to the upper right corner of the room now. Good. And you can stay right here, or you can drop your right arm, get a little bit deeper stretch on the top of the shoulder. Good. And if it's available to you, you can slowly float that right arm out and up if it's available. Actually, we forgot to do our little, so let's bring the right arm back down. Sorry. And let's float the arm away a little bit and just do figure eights. Yeah. And this might be enough for you today. Good. And then pause, right? Press down into your feet. If you want to lift that right arm now out and up. Good. That's just an option. Good. And then if you want to slowly turn your gaze up towards the ceiling, sort of looking at that right hand, that's also an option. And breathe. That's not an option. Breathe for 2 and 1. And then relax your head, slowly lower the head straight down. And then slowly back forward, taking care of your neck. And then release that right arm, just let it float down. Relax the shoulder as it comes down. Good. Bringing your hand back onto your lap. Take a nice big breath in. We'll relax the belly so it rises, and exhale. Just let go of any tension that you might have picked up there. Release your arms down now. Roll your shoulders up, back and down, just gently. Bring your palms forward. Now press down into your feet and gently lift your shoulders up to your earlobes. It's a nice stretch for the shoulders. And exhale, release that down. And again, press into your feet, lift your shoulders up, maybe a little higher. Just imagine your spine getting a lot of space between the vertebrae. Gravity is not the body's friend, other than keeping us on the earth. And exhale, relax that down. Yeah, good. And then roll your shoulders forward and up and back and down. Yeah, maybe over time we'll morph into like birds and a species that flies. So gravity doesn't drag us down so much. Wouldn't that be cool? Yeah, and relax. So now reverse, do the opposite. Shoulder rolls. Yeah. And then relax. Good. And now just shake out the hands, flop your fingers around. Good. And relax. So if you're not already scooted forward in your chair, scoot a little bit forward in your chair. Good. We're going to do a little bit different form of cat-cows. So we're just going to start with just bringing your arms forward. Good. And lifting your fingers up, stretching your fingers wide. And then just a little bit, wiggle each finger as the fingers are stretched wide. Yeah. Good. Stretching out the hand, the top of the hand, your palm, your fingers, and then relax. Good. Make a little fist with your hands and circle. Make some nice slow circles with your fists And then reverse, go the opposite direction. Good. And then we're going to bring our palms together, interlace our fingers, and bring our elbows lightly back. Bring the hands closer to the chest. And we're going to flip the palms. Now we're going to press down into our feet, and if it's available to you, you start to raise your arms, relax your shoulders up above your head. Yeah, nice and easy. Take a breath in. As you exhale, bring your palms forward and drop your head looking down into a little cat pose here. And then press down into your feet to bring your arms back up. Again, your elbows can be bent here, or you can just have them on your lap. Good. And exhale, curl in, drop your head, just stretch your spine towards the back of your chair lightly. And one more time, press into your feet, reach up, and this time pause and look up towards your hands. And breathe. 2 and 1. Now bringing your head back forward slowly, drop your hands slowly towards the top of your head. And now we're going to bring our palms forward and we're going to slide your hands to the back of your skull. If it feels uncomfortable or your shoulders are a little stiff, you can bring just your fingertips to the back of your head. Good. All right, and now we're going to open up our chest a little bit. This is really good, a really good stretch for the rounding of the upper back, that kyphosis. Yeah. So reach your elbows back, gently look up. And exhale, bring your elbows in, and then just drop your head slightly. Yeah, don't pull your head down. Yeah. And then inhale, fan out again. Lift the heart, reach your elbows as far back as you can. Yeah, opening up the chest, the front of the shoulders, that upper back. Exhale, round it out again. Drop the head just slightly. And now one more time, press into your feet, lift the body straight back up. There. Okay, we're gonna come out of the pose now, so take a breath in. Exhale, just release your hands nice and slowly. And relax the arms and then the upper arms down. Yeah, coming up. And just move the arms. Maybe you want to do a little circle with your shoulders. Just imagine releasing that tension in your shoulders. Yeah, and now reverse. Do a couple this way. Good. All right. And relax. You're going to do a little forward fold. So hands on your lap. Good. You want a tall spine here. You want your head to stay above your shoulders. You're going to take a breath in. And as you exhale, hinge forward. Just come a little about halfway maybe. Keeping a straight spine, keeping your head above your shoulders. And then press into your feet and slowly come back up. Good. Take a breath in. Now as you exhale, keep that spine straight, head above the shoulders. Maybe you come a little further down, laying your belly onto your thighs. Yeah, maybe your rib cage onto your thighs or hands. Press down and slowly come back up. And one more time, breath in. As you exhale, come forward. Good. And then pause. Just come to where it's comfortable for you. Good. If you would like to slide your hands down to your shins or to your feet, your fingertips to your feet, that's just an option. Otherwise, you keep your palms onto your thighs. Take a breath in. And if you would like to drop the crown of your head down towards the floor, that's also an option. But if it feels like too much pressure on your sinuses or your head or your eyes, then lift your head back up to be in line with the shoulders. And breathe 2. And breathe 1. And now pressing down into your feet and your hands, slowly bring your body back up. Ha, nice. Take a nice big breath in and let it out. Ah, feel the body relax. Shake out the hands. Yeah. Do that regularly, just shaking your hands out. Our fingers and our hands do so much for us. and then move the fingers around. And I think sometimes one of the first places if we feel arthritis in the body is in our fingers, because they do so much for us. Open jars, pick up things, right? Get in the garden. They do so much for us. So to regularly keep that blood flow going and the movement going in your hands is a really good idea. Good. Let's do a lunge before we stand. So we're going to use our chairs to get in a nice alignment in a lunge. So you can have both hips on your chair, and basically we're just going to be doing a lunge, maybe, unless you want to just keep it here, keep it simple. And then eventually we'll be turning to do a little twist. And again, keeping it simple, either hands on your thighs or maybe the back of your chair or the sides of your chair. Lots of different options here. So I'll guide you through each. And if there's one that doesn't feel good, then back off. Okay, promise me you'll do that. Good. All right, so taking this outside hip, scooting that hip off the chair so you have some space for your lunge. And start to slide this outside leg down with the knee going down towards the floor. Good. And then do a little adjustments to make sure that you're comfortable in this lunge, right? So this is seated lunge here, yes. If you're feeling like you want a little more, you can lean forward, slide your foot back a little further. I don't want that for this hip because I have a tight hip, but you can do that, but making sure you come back to your nice tall spine and don't stay with that body forward. Good. All right, let's just reach that left arm out, or the outside arm out and up. Yeah, and breathe. On an inhale breath, lift your chest. And again, look up slightly. Yes. And if you can't lift your arm in this, that's okay. Just have it on your lap and look up. And as you exhale, now release that outside arm down. Bring it to that seated, the outside of the thigh on your chair. Yeah, good. And take a breath in. And as you exhale, keep a nice, gentle, tall spine, but relax and turn at your waist. Maybe just like an inch or two. Yes. And so you can be holding onto the back of your chair. If you're feeling like you want a deeper twist, you can bring both hands onto the back of your chair or the sides of your chair, but don't over rotate. Yes, you want to be kind to your spine. Good. And then once you land, slowly see if you can look back with your head, turning your head towards that back shoulder. And find little belly breaths here, or big ones. Yes, breathe into your belly. Good. 2. And getting that gurgling going and that belly breath. 1. And now coming out slowly, bring your head back to the side, back forward. Good. You can release your hands onto your chair or keep it there. So now you're back forward. We want to help this leg, this lunge leg, come back forward. So we're going to lean forward, grab the back of your thigh, and on an inhale breath, guide that foot next to the other. And then gently scoot both of your hips back onto your chair if you were in your lunge. And then slowly make your way back to the front of your chair. Good. Relax your arms down. Take a big breath in and bring your shoulders up to your ears. And exhale. Just relax. Good. And we'll slide over to the other side now. So coming to the other side. Again, either both hips on your chair, or you can float that outer hip off the chair. So you're just on your this inside sit bone. Good. So if you have done that, if you want to bring yourself into your lunge, you can drop that outside knee towards the floor. And again, you can either be a little bit further forward with that knee or all the way down to the floor, or reaching your body forward a little bit and sliding it as far back, then coming back up, right, with a nice tall spine. If you find you went a little too far, just adjust, make yourself comfortable. Yes, keep a nice tall spine. On an inhale breath, reach that outside arm out, forward and up. Yes. And then lift the heart and look up slightly and find breath. A couple nice long deep breaths here. And then on an exhale breath, slowly bring that outside arm back down, and you can bring it to the outside across that leg and out to the outside of that sitting knee or thigh on your chair. Good. And now coming into the twist, if that's comfortable for you, take a breath in. As you exhale, slowly turn at your waist over and look to the back of your chair. And adjust your arms however they're comfortable, your hands, whatever you're holding on to. Yes. And then once you've got that, then you can turn your head over and look to that back shoulder. And breathe. 2 or 3 slow breaths here. See if you have a little bit more room for a little bit deeper twist or not, right? Not over rotating. And as you exhale, relax. Now turn your head back forward. Coming out of the lunge, lean forward. Bring your outside hand to that outside leg. And on an inhale breath, bring your legs together. Scoot your hips back onto your chair. Good. And then slowly bring your body back to the front. Good. All right. Let's take a nice big breath in and let it go. Now, if it's an option for you and you want to do some standing asanas, scoot your hips a little forward in your chair if they're not there already. Just gently sliding your heels back slightly. You're going to keep your head above your shoulders. We're not going to, drop the head. Yes, take a breath in. As you exhale, lean forward just a little bit. Good. Now we're going to lead with pressing into our heels and lifting our chin up as we stand. So take a breath in, exhale it out. Good. And as you inhale, press into your heels, lean a little bit more forward and lead with your chin. Yes, coming to a stand, or always just stand however it's comfortable on your body. And here we are. We're finding ourselves in upright pose, unless you want to stay in your chair. Feel free to just move your chair forward or a bit out of the way for now. Just have access to it though if we need. Yeah, and just move the body. Start to roll and shake and just get the blood flow going in the body. Good. All right. Let's maybe just start with the feet. Move the feet. Bring your attention to your feet. Good. And then your lower legs. And again, you can hold on to your chair here with just a little movement of the lower legs. And then upper legs. Good. And then the trunk of the body and the shoulders. Good. And now the arms. Good. And maybe shake your head just slightly, side to side. Blink your eyes. Yeah, just waking up the whole body. Getting the blood flow going. Yeah. And then let's come to our mountain pose. So feet planted on the floor, hip distance apart. Remembering your hip distance is about that much, right? Yeah, so you can play with that. Good. Yeah, and feel how that feels to get your hip distance. Good. Palms forward. Good. Shoulders gently back and down. Good. And then again, this is really great for that kyphosis. If you are standing with your heart lifted slightly, your tailbone tucked down, that puts your hips in good alignment. Yes. And take a nice big breath in and let it go. Good. Separating our feet a little bit wider apart, softening your knees. And on an inhale breath through the nose and exhale through the mouth as we just gently twist side to side. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Yes, just at your own pace. Big exhale breaths. Again, just ridding ourselves of any tension and stress and old habits that we don't want to carry anymore. Lighten your load. Ah, one more. Ah, and come back to center. Good. Bringing your feet back to about hip distance apart. Going to do a little bit more of a twist here. You're going to float your arms about halfway up in your body. Yeah. Soften your knees. And now we're just going to move our arms side to side. Yeah. So getting into a little bit different twist. Good. And if it's available to you, start to raise your arms. Yeah. Again, not over rotating. Try to relax your shoulders. Maybe raise your arms now shoulder height. Yeah. And that's feeling okay. I mean, a little bit of a challenge. Maybe they go a little even higher. Yeah, just play around with it. This is big for the shoulders. So if not, you're just going side to side with your arms down alongside your body. Yeah. Okay. And then slowly start to lower your arms. Nice and slow. Yeah. As you're still going side to side here. Good. Strengthening the arms, strengthening those shoulders. Yeah. And then all the way down to the floor and pause. Nice. Good. Take a breath in, gently, slowly lift your shoulders up to your ears. And exhale, relax them down. Good. And shake it out. Good. All right. We're going to, one more time, we're going to go into that clasping of our hands above our head. So bringing the palms out. Well, actually, let's just, let's bring our palms forward. On an inhale breath, reach your arms out and up. Bend your elbows and interlace your hands above your head again. Then flip your palms up. Press into your feet, and one more time, press into your feet as you reach up. If this is hard on your shoulders, drop your arms and just maybe lift your shoulders up again. Yeah, good. Now we're going to go into a little standing cat cow here. You take a breath in. As you exhale, soften your knees. Bring your arms forward, look down towards the floor. Good. Inhale, press into your feet. Slowly raise the arms up. Stretch up. Exhale, curl in. Drop the arms forward, palms forward, looking down. And one more. Breath in. And breathe out. Good. And breathe in. And as you exhale, relax your arms down to the top of your head. Flip your palms down and just land your hands onto your head. And close your eyes. And soften your shoulders. And breathe. And smile, grounding yourself in this chaotic world that we find ourselves in. And again, let's just send out love and peace to the whole world. We are beacons of sending out the antidote of love and peace. Yeah. Take a nice breath in. As you exhale, you can float your eyes open. Release your hands and relax your arms down. So knowing that we're not just this brick and mortar body, we're not muscles and just muscles and bones and tendons, right? We're energy, right? And our energy floats out to however far we want it to float out to. So when we think thoughts of and feel in our heart space, that peace and that love, and we're energetically sending that out, that is what's going to heal this world. That is what's going to heal this world. Yeah, good. A collective movement to do that. All right, shake it out. Good. All right, let's see. Let's come into a little bit of a let's go into a sun salutation. Yeah. All right. So let's start with bringing our hands into prayer position. Good. And then on an inhale breath, we're going to step out to one side. Yes, opening the arms. Exhale, soften your knees, bow down. Maybe reach your arms back, maybe not, depending on your shoulders. And then on an inhale breath, step together. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale out. Exhale, drop down. Inhale, come back together. Exhale, hands to heart. All right, same thing. We're going to just send a little intention on an inhale, step out of judgment. Exhale, bow down. Inhale, step into acceptance. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, step out of judgment. Exhale, bow. Inhale, step into acceptance. Exhale, hands to heart. One more. Inhale, step out of judgment. Exhale, bow. Inhale, step into acceptance. Exhale, hands to heart. Last one. Inhale, step out of judgment. Exhale, bow down. Inhale, step into acceptance. Exhale, hands to heart. Bring your feet to hip distance apart. Relax your arms down. Find your mountain pose. Kneecaps lift. Shoulders relax back and down. Tailbone tucks. Eyes close. Acceptance does not mean agreement. It means accept what is happening and move forward in positivity and sending out that peace and love. Yeah. And when you're feeling ready and complete, gently flutter the eyes open. Nice, beautiful. Yes, just taking care of ourselves as you're doing today is, again, what's going to not only take care of you and heal you and the people around you, but the whole universal energy. Yes, let's keep doing that. Okay, so one more little, we're going to do a little side to side and into with our Kali Mudra. So we're going to utilize that Kali Mudra. So bringing your palms out on an inhale breath. One more time, if you can, lift your arms. If not, bringing your Kali Mudra behind you, if that works, right? Or above your head. So you're interlacing your fingers, pointer fingers up, left thumb over right thumb. Yeah. So you can either be here with your Kali Mudra above your head or clasped behind you with your Kali Mudra behind you. Yeah, either one. Good. All right, so coming into a little bit of a side bend here. Take a breath in. As you exhale, reach up and lean over to the right. Press into your feet. Inhale, come up. Exhale, gently reach over to the left. Inhale, back up. Gently get long and come over to the right. Press into the toes to come up. Exhale over to the left. Again, you want to be stretching long, not going far. Good. One more. Inhale, exhale, come over to the right and pause. Good. And if you want to turn your head and look underneath your left arm, that's an option. And breathe. Yeah. Good. Relax your rib cage down. Don't poke your rib cage out. Breathe. 2 and 1. Inhale, come up. Exhale over to the other side. Pause. You can turn and look underneath your right arm. Breathe. Inhale, come up. And as you exhale, release your Kali Mudra down. Release your fingers. Release your arms, nice and slow. Okay, that's a lot, right? But good job. And roll it out. Shake it out, wiggle out the fingers, flop them around. Yeah, good. All right, let's coming into our lower body here a little bit, our hips. So let's come out to, we're gonna do a little goddess pose here. So feet wide, good. Heels grounded, good. So again, it's just strengthening our legs here. Good. Take a nice big breath in and let it go. So keeping the chest lifted slightly, keeping your shoulders gently back and down. Take another breath in. And as you exhale, drop your pelvic floor, your hips straight down. Yeah, so your knees will bend. If there's any discomfort in your knees, that means you've gone too far. You can also try scooting your heels one at a time forward to align your knees a little bit better with your heels. And you want to keep your thighs reaching back. So it can even help to guide them back, getting that lower body in alignment. Good. And then relax on an inhale breath. If it's available to you, stretch your arms out, bend your elbows, relax your shoulders. So you can be here, you can be here, here, whatever feels. Again, no discomfort, no pain, no sharp pain, just a little bit of a challenge. Once you've landed in your goddess here, stretch your upper arms back. Feel your heart lift slightly. You can even look up towards the ceiling and breathe. So a little bit of wobble is good. That means that you're working your deep core muscles. Good. If you want to lift your right heel up, you can, and drop it. I'm going to lift your left heel up and down. Your right heel and down, and left heel and down. Take a nice big breath in. As you exhale, allow the arms to slowly float down. Bring your head back forward onto your thighs with your hands. Good. And on an inhale breath, press into your toes. Slowly straighten the knees. Good. Lift the toe up and in and up and in. Good. And heel toe, or just step your feet back to hip distance apart. Shake it out. Good. All right. And getting into a little bit of a balance posture here. Yeah. So we're just going to step side to side, almost like you have a line in the middle of your feet. And we're going to just step to one side and to the other, and one side and to the other. So this is good for, you can start with looking down towards the floor. Yes, to begin with. So just taking a step like over and taking a step back over the line, and 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 come back to center. Good. Now a little bit more of a challenge is to have your nice tall posture, head forward, and find that stepping over and stepping over and stepping over and stepping over. And one more. So just going side to side. This is good for strengthening in the hips, and come back to center. Good. And now taking a step or two back, if you have the space, we're going to do that same thing, but we're going to walk forward as we're going side to side. So finding your nice mountain pose, nice posture, gaze forward, yes, and stepping over the line, and then coming forward, and coming forward as you're stepping side to side. Yeah, good. One more. Good. Now come back to center. And now we're going to do that same thing, but we're going to go backwards, a little bit more challenging here. So stepping over the line, then moving backwards as you're stepping over your line. And back, and forth, and back, and forth, and come back to center. Good. All right, shake it out. Again, it's always good to work the brain in different ways. Good. So let's come into mountain pose. Take a nice big deep breath in. And let it go. Ah, good. We're gonna come into downward facing dog now. You're gonna need the back of your chair. Yes, or the seat of your chair. Yes, good. All right. And now bringing your hands onto your chair. Good. And then just starting to step back, so one step at a time. Yes, as you walk back. This is a nice whole back body stretch. Yes, so walk as far back as is comfortable on your body. Once you've landed, you can soften your knees. Good. You can stretch your fingers forward and bring your head in between your arms. And you can stretch your hips back towards the back wall. And your fingers are just gently reaching forward. Head between the arms as much as possible. Good. And breathe. If you'd like to do a little hamstring stretch, you can straighten one knee and bend it, and straighten the other knee and bend. Nice and easy. Straighten and bend, just alternating. Yes. And then at some point you can straighten both knees if you like. Reach your hips back, reach your fingers forward. Couple breaths here. 2, 1. On your next inhale breath, soften both knees. Look forward slightly and start to take a walk back towards your chair. Yeah, really nice little inversion there. Good. And coming to the back of your chair, body up, relax your arms down, and just roll out those shoulders. Yeah. And forward. Good. Just keeping any little movements that you can in your shoulder area as often as you can. And we don't want those shoulders to lock up as much as possible. All right, we'll make our way back down to our chairs now. Good. So standing in front of the seat of your chair. Good. Palms maybe onto your thighs. Bringing your awareness to your hips. Take a breath in. As you exhale, reach your hips back to the back of your chair and pause. Good. Maybe lift the heart. Maybe look forward. Take a couple breaths. So this is working and strengthening your thigh muscles. Good. Take a breath in. Maybe you sit back a little bit further towards your chair. Yes. Maybe take a couple breaths there. Good. Strengthening your glutes. And then reaching for the front of your chair onto your palms. And just landing your hips onto your chair, however it's comfortable for you. And relax. Good. Feet planted on the floor. Let's take a breath in. And breathe out. Another breath in. And breathe out. Let the heart rate come back to, nice and quiet. Yes. Good. Positioning yourself towards the front of your chair a little bit. I'm going to work our little belly here with our boat pose, right? So I love the chair for boat pose because I can't necessarily do boat on my back. Many of you probably can. But, so boat on your back when you're laying on the floor and then you lift your whole body up, right? And everything that what's holding you up is this core, right? But 3 to 4 inches below your belly. We'll do that same thing with being on our chair. So we'll start with bringing your hands and just crossing your hands onto your chest here. Yeah, good. And then take a nice big breath in. Again, feet are planted on the floor. You've got some space behind you there. Good. Relax. Another breath in. As you exhale, lift your chin up slightly and start to lean back. As you're leaning back, tug that area below your navel back towards your spine. Just imagine that that's what's holding you up. Nothing else, not your neck, not your shoulders. right? It's just that low belly. So go as far back as is comfortable for you and find your breath. Now, if you're finding a lot of strain in your neck area, maybe you can slowly lower your neck towards your chest. Take that out. Yeah, that strain out. If you want a little bit more, you can lift your heels up and breathe. Keep breathing. It's hard. You can come out anytime you want. We're going to do 3 more breaths here. 2 and 1. You got it. Good. If you have your heels up, lower your heels. On an inhale breath, press into your toes. Slowly bring your nice straight spine back up. Oh, it's always a challenge, isn't it? Again, just get the tension out of the arms, the shoulders. Good. Yeah. Roll it out. Okay. We're going to do one more little twist before we go back into our relaxation, which you've definitely earned today. Yes, and our strengthening to relax as well. So take a nice big breath in. As you exhale, hinge forward. Grab behind your right knee. Good. On an inhale breath, press into your left foot. See if you can hug that thigh into your belly. Little squeeze for that colon. And just do a couple slow circles in one direction and other direction. Good. If it's available to you, either cross your legs or cross at your ankles. Good. Relax the body, lift the heart, nice tall spine. Take a breath in. As you exhale, start to turn over at your waist. Turn over to the right. Bring your either hand or forearm of your left hand to the outside of your right thigh, gently pressing in. Take your right palm right behind your right hip, gently press down. So take a breath in first, gently tall spine. Exhale, press into that forearm or the hands and turn at your waist a little bit more. A little bit deeper twist than when we were in our lunge. You should be nice and warmed up, and then you can look with your head, turn it as far to the back shoulder as you can. Breathe into your belly. Yeah, that's what's going to give it a nice massage, that gut. Good. Squeezing out toxins. As you exhale, relax. Slowly relax your whole body first. Then turn the head and then come out of the twist. Good. And uncross. Nice. Give yourself a little massage here. Come back to center. Take a nice big breath in. Exhale, hinge forward. Grab behind other knee. Inhale, hug that thigh into your belly. Relax the shoulders back and down. Couple circles. One direction, other direction. And again, on this side, either crossing at your legs if that's comfortable, or crossing at your ankles. Good. Nice big breath in. As you exhale, turn at your waist. So it won't be very far. Yeah. And then bring that right arm, either the forearm or the palm, onto the outside of the right thigh. Bring your left hand right behind your left hip. Gently press down into your left palm. Take a breath in. If this feels like enough of a twist, just stay here. If you want a little bit more as you exhale, press into that left thigh and turn a little bit further. Turn and look over that back shoulder and breathe. Just 2 breaths here, filling up the belly as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, relax everything. Turn your head back forward and turn your body back forward. And help release that leg up and off. Again, give yourself a nice massage. And again, just move the body and move the shoulders. Just imagine releasing any tension that you might have built up. You can wiggle your legs. Yeah, good. And then let's get ready for our final relaxation, Shavasana. Scooting back into your chair, supporting your back, feet on the floor. Feel free to lay down. Take a little time, take a few seconds to get yourself comfortable. And then close your eyes. Good. And let's just do a couple nice, long, slow, deep belly breaths. So breathing in through your nose, let the belly rise, and slowly breathing out through the nose as your belly relaxes back. And just do 2 more of those at your own pace, nice and slow, slow as you can. Yeah, filling up fully and exhaling fully. And relax now. Relax the breath. Fully relax the body. Take a breath in with a little smile on your face. And breathe out with a smile. Relax the shoulders. Feel your back relax. Your arms. Your hands. And your fingers. Soften your heart and your belly. And your hips. Relax your thighs, your hamstrings, lower legs, feet, and toes. Take a gentle breath in. And as you breathe out, relax the whole body. Whole body relax. Notice the silence. Notice how you feel. And feel free to remain here for as long as you'd like. In this natural state of your being. We are peace. We are love. Should you choose to slowly come back into this present state, take a breath in and let it go. releasing any last bits of tension. Begin to wiggle your toes and fingers, swaying the body side to side, gently moving. Slowly come back to stillness. Bring your hands into prayer position. Rest your thumbs onto your heart. And take a breath in and breathe out. And bow your forehead towards your fingertips. Shoulders relaxed. And we'll close practice today simply with this. What if today we were grateful for everything? Charlie Brown. When you're feeling ready and complete, you may gently crack your eyes open and then open a little more and a little more as you lift your head. And I thank you for coming and sending out beautiful energy into the world, taking care of yourself. Have an amazing rest of your day. Namaste.